pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any special recognition? Okay, not tonight. No. Public participation, no public participation. So I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Trey Bailey and Eddie Johnson for a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now I have a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Mr. Anderson Bailey, second. Mr. Johnson, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Superintendent's reports.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. Members of the board, Madam Superintendent, good evening. In the financial report, the special purpose local option for education sales tax distribution for April was $1,572,970, which is an increase of $56,491 from the previous month. The average collections for the first 16 months of East Blast 5 are $1,413,449. The title ad valorem tax collection for April was $697,773. And finally, expenditures are within budget with 85.77% of funds expended, with 91.67% of the year complete. And the financial report for May is available for your review. That is the financial report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions? If none, we can move on to the strategic plan.
Good evening. I am going to present the superintendent's report, beginning with student achievement and success, just some highlights from each of the 4 areas. On May 21st, 2021, Newton County Schools hosted its first in a series of media trivia festivals for elementary schools. The virtual trivia competition, coordinated by NCSS media specialists, was an enormous success and loads of fun for students and their teachers. 191 elementary school students participated in a novel study of The Terrible Two, and the culminating activity of a trivia festival summarizing and analyzing the novel. Caden O'Kane placed first, and Matthew Kamba placed second. Both students attend Hurd Mixon Elementary School. Grace Thomas placed third from the Newton County Theme School. High-quality workforce, new teachers to the Newton County school system were celebrated on Thursday, May 20th, 2021. New teachers, best leaders, and administrators participated in a virtual celebration where each teacher was recognized for his or her dedication and commitment to our students. In the area of culture, climate, and communication, Transportation Department personnel, as part of an Operations Division initiative, provided traffic and parking support and assistance to all high schools for senior proms. And finally, in the area of organizational and operational effectiveness, the school system celebrated School Nurse Day on May 12, 2021, as part of National Nurses Week. On this day, NCSS nurses were recognized for the contributions they make both to the health and academic success of students. And I think this year's celebration of them was quite timely in the midst of all that we've had to deal with health-wise. Madam Chair and other members of the Board of Education, that is the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Any questions?
The enrollment report, as of June 1st, 2021, we had 18,614 students enrolled, and of course, we ended the school year in May last year, so we have no comparative data for June of 2020.
Any questions? None? Moving on, we have no old business, new business. We have a long list tonight. But I think the only thing that we are voting on will be personnel. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's
So
correct.
this will all just
Yep.
be presented and we will vote on it next week.
Right. Yes, ma'am. And most of the items for consideration tonight are regularly occurring, or you've already seen a presentation by Dr. Thomas about ESSER funds.
Okay.
And so in item A, the superintendent recommends the approval of the budget for fiscal year 2022 for all governmental funds as approved in the tentative budget. The final budget is provided in the format required for approval. The tentative budget approved May 11, 2021 was advertised in the Covington News as required by law on Sunday, May 16th, 2021, and Sunday, May 23rd, 2021. For the FY22 general fund budget, total revenues are projected to be $189,149,251, which is an increase of 4.01% from the previous budget. This increase is attributed in part to the restoration of QBE funding that was previously reduced as a result of the pandemic. This deals with all 4 strategic goal areas, and as I mentioned, the budget document is there for your review. That is item A.
All right, any questions? If none, we go to B.
In item B, the superintendent recommends the approval of membership in the Cognia Network. The total cost is $28,800. The Cognia Network is a community of over 36,000 schools and school systems around the globe. It is the largest educational improvement organization in the world. Utilizing Cognia, the school system can get a holistic view that links improvement, assessment, and school quality to student and school performance. This deals with all 4 strategic goals. Purchase documentation is provided and the funding source is identified, and that is item B.
Thank you. And you said this is formerly advanced ed?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
All right, are there any other questions? None, we're going to C.
Superintendent recommends the approval of membership in the Griffin Regional Educational Service Agency. The total cost of the contract for FY22 is $185,358.73. A description and explanation of the fees is provided there for your review. This deals again with all 4 strategic goal areas. There's a copy of the contract for review and the funding source is identified, and that is item C.
All right, thank you. Any questions from board members? None, we'll move on.
In item D, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The policy period will be July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. The first is Safety National Casualty Corporation, which is our excess workers' compensation insurance coverage. Contract value is $136,059. The second one is Georgia School Boards Association Risk Management Fund, and this is for property and liability insurance coverage, and the contract value there is $903,178. This deals with strategic goal area 4. Copy of the contracts are provided, and the funding sources are highlighted for your review. That is item D.
All right, any questions? Moving on.
In item E, the superintendent recommends the approval of the purchase of Iowa assessments for use in elementary and middle schools. The assessments will be administered during the month of September 2021. The purchase amount is $293,500. The purchase will allow the school district to measure student growth as required by Senate Bill 364 and provide college and career readiness benchmarks. Iowa assessments serve as a universal screener and are also used for placement test purposes and gifted identification. These assessments will provide the district with valid and reliable data to measure instructional effectiveness. And this deals with strategic goal area 1, student achievement and success. Purchase documentation is provided and the funding source is there for you. And that is item E.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions?
Can I just comment?
Okay.
Is this an increase over last year?
No.
No, sir.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Item F.
In item F, the superintendent recommends the annual contract, renewable contract be awarded to Illuminate Education for an additional contract term with an effective date of July 1, 2021, and an expiration date of June 30th, 2022. Contract value is $319,389.16. This deals with strategic goal area 1, student achievement and success, 4, organizational and operational effectiveness, and high-quality workforce. Contract documentation is provided, and the funding source is included. That is item F, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions? None, we'll move on.
In item G, the superintendent recommends the approval of the FY 2022 Newton County Carl D. Perkins Career and Technical Education Program Improvement Plan. In accordance with the Carl D. Perkins Career and Technical Education Act, each eligible local school system shall submit an annual local plan or application for career and technical education. According to the Perkins Law, federal funds are tied to the date that the local plan is approved by the Board of Education. Board approval will allow for these funds to begin to be used for the 21-22 school year, once they are available from the state. And there's included in here some ideas. We don't know the exact funding amount, but the numbers from FY '21 are included as a reference. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and a copy of the Comprehensive Local Needs Assessment is attached for your review. And that is item G, Madam Chair.
Great, thank you. Any questions? None, move on.
Item H, the superintendent recommends the purchase of VEX 1, 2, 3, and VEX Go classroom bundles and training be purchased from Learning Labs Incorporated of Calhoun, Georgia. The estimated total cost for this purchase is $89,761. As details, the VEX 1, 2, 3, and VEX Go classroom bundles recommended in this item will be utilized in all of the district's elementary schools as a resource available through the School Learning Commons Media Center. VEX 1, 2, 3 is an interactive, programmable robot that takes computer science and computational thinking off the screen and brings them to life for pre-K through third grade students. VEX Go is intended for teaching STEM fundamentals and coding to third through fifth grade students. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1. Purchasing documentation is provided, and as well as the funding source. And that is item H, Madam Chair.
All right, any questions? Moving on.
In item I, the superintendent recommends the purchase of Student Studies Weekly for the elementary social studies program. The purchase amount is $59,922.20. Studies Weekly is an engaging and colorful weekly newspaper that aligns with the Georgia Standards of Excellence for kindergarten through fifth grade. Studies Weekly is used to address the Georgia Standards of Excellence in history, geography, government, civics, and economics. In addition, Studies Weekly supports English language arts, reading, writing, speaking, listening, and technology standards. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1. Purchasing documentation is provided, and the funding source is also provided, and that is item I.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
Just a quick one. This is a newspaper. So I just want to ask, is this something that the teachers are still asking for? Because I would think that our students, I would wonder if our students are asking for newspapers.
Well, good evening. I can definitely tell you our teachers are requesting the actual physical copies of the newspaper, but this also has a digital portion of it, so they can access it digitally, can't get that out today, as well. So having that opportunity to have that virtual interaction with the newspaper, because as we know, a lot of people do not get a standard print copy of newspapers at this particular time. They do have a digital access to it.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you. Moving on to item J.
In item J, the superintendent recommends the purchase of the Child Help Speak Up, Be Safe Prevention Education Curriculum. The purchase amount is $27,748. Child Help Speak Up, Be Safe is a primary prevention curriculum aimed at stopping and preventing child abuse and neglect. Instructors teach children how to identify unsafe situations, how to identify and talk to safe adults, and 5 key safety rules children can follow to help adults keep them safe. Also, the comprehensive program teaches students how to identify and build skills to resist all types of child abuse, including physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, as well as neglect, bullying, and cyberbullying. The purchasing documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item J.
Any questions from our board members? I've got one question. This is new?
No.
No, it's not? Okay. I'm not familiar with the
Yeah, we've
name.
been doing it since 18. It's mandated by Georgia state law, and so this is the curriculum we decided to use with
What
it.
is the curriculums, we've used this curriculum?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
it's continuation.
Okay, thank you. Item K.
In item K, the superintendent recommends the contract for school psychologist services be awarded to the individuals identified in this recommendation. Total cost shall not exceed $40,000. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness, as well as high-quality workforce. Contract documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item K.
Any questions? Moving on.
In item L, the superintendent recommends a contract for special education services be awarded to Blazerworks of Peachtree Corners, Georgia. The estimated contract value is $254,500. As background, the school system is responsible for obtaining, providing, or arranging for the provision of special education services as determined by the student's individual education program. This work can include speech services, occupational therapy, physical therapy, vision services, deaf, hard of hearing services, and nursing to students with disability. This deals with strategic goal area 1. Contract documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item L.
Any questions? There are none. Move on.
In item M, the superintendent recommends the contract for mental health clinicians be awarded to Viewpoint Health of Lawrenceville, Georgia. The total contract value is $500,000. As a community behavioral health provider, Viewpoint Health will collaborate with the school system in serving children, adolescents, and their families who need such support. This support is identified as school-based behavioral health services, including but not limited to individual, family, and group counseling. This deals with strategic goal area 1, student achievement and success, and goal area 3, culture, climate, and communication. Contract documentation is provided, and the funding source is ESSER 3 funds, and that is item M.
All right, any questions?
Yes, I see this service is provided to 9 schools. Any reason why the others are not?
Yes, we already have Apex clinicians at schools now, and this is additional funding source to provide support to the other needed schools.
Thank you.
This would actually make a licensed clinician in every school, right?
Not every school. To give us, right now we have 9, and this will give us 10 more, which will give us 19.
Okay.
And the thing to keep in mind is that it's very difficult to find these clinicians right now and hold on to. So just because we're budgeting doesn't mean that they're going to find them for us, but they're going to do their best, and we'll only pay for the hours that we have them. It's not just a blanket payment.
Mhm. And then one additional question or comment. The question is, and this is for families as well, right? Like, once we have this clinician in
Yes,
in
they,
the school, the
mhm,
families can have access to, right?
that's correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Great.
Any other questions? Not, we'll move on to item N.
In item N, the superintendent recommends the purchase of social and emotional learning curriculum and professional development from the Flipping Group LLC, doing business as Capturing Kids' Hearts. The total contract value is $67,000. Capturing Kids' Hearts is a process that provides a strategy and training for teachers and administrators to achieve success in the classroom. Capturing Kids' Hearts is an immersive, participatory experience. Teachers, staff, and administrators learn and practice skills they will use and model in their classroom, schools, and districts, including how to build meaningful, productive relationships with every student and every colleague, how to develop self-managing, high-performing classrooms using team-building skills and a social contract, high payoff techniques for dealing with conflict, negative behavior, and disrespectful issues. This deals with strategic goal area 1, student achievement and success, and goal area 3, culture, climate, and communication. Purchase and documentation is provided, and the funding source is identified. That is item N, Madam Chair.
Any questions?
Is it elementary, this is elementary school?
No, this,
Indian Creek Middle School. It was just for Indian Creek. Mhm.
Okay.
Any other questions? Moving on to item O.
Item O, the superintendent recommends the purchase of educational support resources from IXL Learning. The total cost is $216,889. As background, IXL Learning is a comprehensive education platform that provides personalized learning. It includes a wide-ranging curriculum along with diagnostic tools and real-time analytics that can provide individualized guidance for students. The content identifies essential, specific skills necessary for students to master topics, text, or standards. The school system will utilize a contract managed by PEPM, a national technology purchasing cooperative, to procure the resources. This deals for strategic goal area 1, student achievement and success, and goal area 2, high-quality workforce. Purchasing documentation is provided, and the funding source is ESSER 2 funds. That is item O.
Any questions? If there are none, we'll move on to item P.
Item P, the superintendent recommends the messaging software needed for the school system be purchased from Remind. The total cost is $46,575. As background, Remind is a mobile messaging platform. It provides both one-way and two-way communication via text message, mobile app, or email. It is designed to allow teachers, parents, students, and administrators in K-12 settings to more readily communicate with one another. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness, and Strategic Goal Area 3, Culture, Climate, and Communication. Purchasing documentation provided and the funding source is ESSER 2. That is item P.
Thank you. Any questions? There are none, we will move on.
Item Q, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts and purchases with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The first is ClassLink, which is a single sign-on software. Total cost $66,695. The second is Borderland Security, internet content filtering software. Total cost $44,321.66. The third is ByteWorks. This is for maintenance for Cisco infrastructure. Total cost $51,000. And the fourth is Safari Montage, a digital media platform, and the total cost is $33,678. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. The supporting documents are there for your review, as well as the funding sources.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions?
Just, are these the same vendors? I feel like one of these has changed. Maybe I'm wrong. The Cisco infrastructure, has that always been ByteWorks?
We've had that vendor for the past 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. What was the Infinity, that was for?
That was the same product. They were the reseller at that time, and we've changed resellers.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Agenda item R.
Superintendent recommends the interactive panels needed for the school system be purchased from Virtucom of Peachtree Corners, Georgia, and Bytespeed of Moorhead, Minnesota. Total contract value is $3,667,420. The school system is acquiring 75-inch Promethean active panels for select schools as needed. The purchase includes the interactive panels, mobile stands, and associated items, as well as shipping, installation, and cleanup. The Bytespeed NUCs, Next Unit of Computing, are mini PCs that provide the functionality of a full-size desktop PC in a very small form. They will be paired with the interactive panels. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, Goal Area 2, High Quality Workforce, and Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Purchasing documentation is provided and the funding source is ESSER 2. And that is item R, Madam Chair.
Any questions?
Just how many? I didn't catch the number. How many of these active panels?
Gosh, it's on there. I want to say it's 1,000.
1,165.
Wasn't sure on the last 2 digits.
And all these NUCs go with each active board?
Yes.
Active panel?
All right, any other questions?
How do we know when we're getting parity in each classroom that we're getting the, as it said in the street, a fair shake at these dollars? How is this divided among the class?
Okay, what this is going to do is replace all of the current Promethean boards that we have in the system right now. So we have been replacing those as we've been painting the schools throughout the summer. This gives us the ability now to go ahead and take care of the remaining buildings, which are most of them in the system that still have the older Promethean boards that we've had for, 12, 15 years in the system.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? All right, we'll move on to item S.
And item S, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts and purchases with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term with an effective date of July 1, 2021, and an expiration date of June 30th, 2022. The first is K-12 Solutions Group, and that is for the Student Information System with a contract value of $246,872.80. The second one is for USHA Software, which is a funding analysis software, contract value $51,283.28. Deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Contract documentation is provided, and the funding source is there for your review. And that is item S, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions? Move on to item T.
In item T, the superintendent recommends the approval of a commercial lease agreement with Top Leasing LLC. The effective date will be August 1, 2021, and the expiration date will be July 31, 2022. Estimated contract value $84,000. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Contract documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item T.
Are there any questions? There are none, we will move on to item U.
And item U, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract with Tyler Technologies of Plano, Texas, be renewed for an additional contract period. The effective date will be July 1, 2021, with an expiration date of June 30, 2022. Contract value is $121,414.88. School system utilizes a contract managed by Sourcewell, a national purchasing cooperative, to purchase the software. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Contract documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item U, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
Just curiosity, Dr. Barr.
Mhm.
Last year, I don't suppose we utilized that, the Tyler technology, the app, the bus app.
We used it extensively with our meal delivery.
So
We really
someone would
switched
get a
it over so that
notification
parent-
when the bus arrived? Okay,
So that kids and parents would know when the meals were going to be delivered.
okay. Okay, great.
All right, any other questions? All right, now we'll move on to V.
And item V, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts and purchases with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The first is Royal Food Service, that's produce and fresh eggs, estimated contract value $650,000. Bimbo Bakeries US, that's bread and associated items, contract value $80,000. Gordon Food Service and Sample Foods, and this is for food for the S&P program, contract value $4.3 million. Wilson Bryant Air Conditioning, this is for maintenance and repair of kitchen equipment, estimated contract value $200,000. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Supporting documents are there for your review, as well as the funding sources. And that is item V, Madam Chair.
Are there any questions?
The air conditioning is separate from the school maintenance air conditioning, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, there are no other questions, we'll move on to W.
And W, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, and the surplus property list is there for your review, and that is item W, Madam Chair.
Are there any questions? Not, we'll move on to item X.
And item X, the superintendent recommends the approval of an annual renewable beverage agreement with Coca-Cola United of Atlanta, Georgia. The effective date will be July 1, 2021, with an expiration date of June 30th, 2022. The current 5-year agreement continues many features in the earlier accord. It includes a superintendent sponsorship over the life of an agreement, provision of Teacher of the Year plaques for every school, and free products and athletic equipment for our schools. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and the contract documentation is there for your review. That is item X, Madam Chair.
Any questions? We'll move on now.
And item Y, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for paper and cleaning products needed for the school nutrition program be awarded to Southeastern Paper Group of Charlotte, North Carolina. The effective date will be June 28, 2021, with an expiration date of June 27, 2022. The estimated contract value is $700,000. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Contract document is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item Y.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions? All right, now we will move on to Z.
In item Z, the superintendent recommends the weight room equipment needed for the replacement Eastside High School be purchased from Pro Maxima Manufacturing LLC of Houston, Texas. The total cost is $62,124.92. After evaluation, it was determined to be appropriate to replace the weight room equipment at Eastside due to its condition. The new equipment includes racks, bars, weights, dumbbells, and benches. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. The purchasing documentation is provided, as well as the funding source, and that is item Z, Madam Chair.
Are there any questions? Not, we will move on to delay.
All right, the superintendent recommends the football helmets needed for the school system be purchased from Riddell Incorporated. The total cost is $176,711. The school system will purchase approximately 648 new helmets. The units will replace current older helmets which are being retired and/or eliminated from teams both at the middle school and high school levels. This helmet was chosen after review with athletic directors and coaches within the school system and is approved by the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment. This model is ranked as a 5-star helmet, the highest ranking available by researchers at Virginia Tech and Wake Forest universities. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 1, Student Achievement and Success, and Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Purchasing documentation and funding source are provided. And that is item AA, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
These are for all the high school, middle school?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Next item, AB.
In item AB, the superintendent recommends selected furniture and equipment needed for the replacement Eastside High School be purchased from Ernie Morris Enterprises Incorporated of Bushnell, Florida. The total cost is $3,058,331.37. For the current project, the school system is procuring through Ernie Morris school furnishings and equipment from 24 separate companies utilizing competitively bid contracts developed under the auspices of 2 national purchasing cooperatives, TIPS USA and Omnia Partners. The equipment and furniture are engineered for today's students and were selected after an extensive review of alternatives, which included numerous rounds of stakeholder assessment, evaluations, and feedback. Items were selected based on criteria such as multifunctionality, resilience, strength, wear resistance, health grade fabrics, and ergonomic considerations. The documentation relative to this purchases are outlined, as well as the funding source, and that is item AB.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Or none, we'll move on to AC.
Yes, ma'am. In AC, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for maintenance of the facility automation system awarded to Automated Logic of Kennesaw, Georgia, be renewed for an additional contract term. The effective date is July 1, 2021, and the expiration date is June 30th, 2022. Total cost is $50,260. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4. Contract documentation and funding sources are provided. That is item AC.
Thank you. Are there any questions? There are none, we'll move on to AD.
Yes, ma'am. In item AD, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for intrusion and monitoring services be awarded to EMC Security of Suwanee, Georgia. The effective date will be July 1, 2021, with an expiration date of June 30th, 2022. Contract value is $94,800. This is a solicitation for a one-year contract for intrusion and monitoring, which was opened on June 1, 2021. The solicitation prescribed a turnkey solution for comprehensive third-party monitoring, periodic testing, maintenance, repair, installation for low-voltage electronic equipment for intrusion detection, fire alarms, and closed-circuit television, surveillance, and recording device systems for all school system facilities. This deals with Strategic Goal Area 4, Organizational and Operational Effectiveness. Contract and funding sources are provided, and that is item AD.
Any questions? And then we'll move on to our final item of the night, AE.
In item AE, the superintendent recommends the approval of personnel matters as discussed in executive session.
We have this is the one we need to vote on tonight, so do we have a motion to approve the recommendation? Mr. Johnson, do you have a second? Mr. Anderson, Bailey? All in favor? Aye. Other matters of interest. I have one. I want to thank operations and all the schools for the wonderful graduation ceremonies we attended. They were great. The time worked out perfect. So happy for the rain. My son graduated. It was great, memorable for all of us. So I appreciate all the hard work. If you'll pass that message.
Yes, ma'am.
along to
I
everybody.
certainly will. I appreciate it.
That it helped. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice touch with the fire and smoke.
A little hot up there, but
We expect bigger things next year.
that's right. That's okay.
Yeah.
Also like the way the transportation was.
Yes.
Miss Emmett, she did some, I guess, personal for me, because I left my cell phone, and I said, man, I left my cell phone. Somehow she got it. It got to the field before we went out, and I'm like, girl, you're mad.
Awesome.
She did a great job.
Yep, yep.
And
I
that goes
appreciate it.
back to what you were talking about earlier.
Yes. Miss Annette is awesome.
She made it happen.
Yes.
For sure. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So thank you.
I was gonna say the same thing. Thank you to Dr. Barr and his team, transportation, the folks that keep our buses running smoothly, our mechanic team and our maintenance team, our facilities team. I mean, everybody was out there. Dr. Thomas, supporting everybody, and not just for the graduations, but also for organizing and orchestrating our senior proms, which judging by the videos, they were having a really great time out there. And then, of course, we had honors nights out at the stadium as well, and all of that was fully orchestrated by Dr. Barr's team, and just speaks to the quality and the commitment and dedication of the employees who work in that department to make sure, like, everything went off without a hitch. And if there were any problems, none of us knew about it. So really proud of the team and Dr. Barr and his leadership, and Dr. Thomas, and of course, Mr. Roundtree helping us get those kids across the stage with the work that he does as well. So we've got a really great school system team. Everybody works hard to try to do everything that we can to ensure our kids have a great quality experience. With that being said, just a quick reminder that we intend to open school like normal coming in the fall, August the 2nd. We are still working on some details with open houses and things like that because we still have some of those swirling concerns, and so we will work through those. But there is the return to school plan that was shared via email. It's been posted on the website. There's an email address, info@newton.k12.ga.us. Don't worry if you didn't write it down. You can go to the website and provide us any feedback that you might have, parents, about the return to school plan. It's really an outgrowth of the work that we've done all school year long to keep our teachers and our students safe as they return to school. So really great plan that a lot of energy and time went into it. And we certainly are wide open for feedback and improvement opportunities from the lens of a family and a parent. So just a reminder that it's out there. It'll be out there for a few more weeks. So we look forward to hearing from folks.
I had a couple of random questions, if that's okay. Just first, how many students have registered for, is it the VIP program? The virtual?
Just a little over 300, about 318 for the students who were already enrolled in the district. We opened it on the 7th of June for students who are new to the district. I don't have that accounting just yet, but for the ones where we closed registration, about 318 across grades 3 through 12.
Okay, great, thanks. Then I would applaud the efforts tonight for the SEL, the social emotional learning curriculum at Indian Creek. I would love to just kind of get an idea how many schools already have that curriculum in place, and then if there are gaps, where can we look to increase that if possible? And I don't know if you already have an answer, or if that's just something to look at for maybe another time.
Well, right now, Indian Creek is the first school that will go through the full implementation. We did have one or two other schools that participated in the initial training, but they elected to kind of get all the kids back acclimated to school, as well as work with them to have this one-to-one device implementation. So we will work with those other two schools to go through a full implementation the following year. So as it relates to any gaps, we also are looking and speaking to principals to see which principals feel that their schools would like to participate in a training moving forward, but we want to use Indian Creek as like the first pilot school, so that principal, Mr. Dastu, can share the glows and the grows with everyone to see, how the implementation is going and to see whether it's going to be effective or not.
Okay, great. I look forward to seeing it implemented everywhere.
It's great. It's a great
Yeah, it is a great
model.
program.
Yeah.
It's hard to shake Dr. Thomas when it comes to implementation of programs. Like, she's not one of those folks that is looking for shiny things. And when she went to the training and came back, it was like, I'm in. This is the best thing ever. So we're really excited about it and the opportunities that it presents for everybody.
Great. And I had one last question. They're random, y'all. They're all over the place. I heard at the GSBA conference this past week, I think it was the state superintendent was talking about a personal financial class, either for high schoolers or something. Do we know anything about, do we have anything like that right now? And if we do, is it something that every high school senior takes or every high schooler takes? And if we don't have it, is there something we're looking to implement?
We do. It's actually part of the economics class. We partner with Newton Federal Bank, and they sponsor EverFi, which is a personal financial literacy program that they go through as they graduate from high school.
Ever,
So
say it again?
EverFi, EVER-FI, EverFi.
Okay.
We've been using EverFi for a very long time now, and we're
all high-
grateful.
sorry.
Yeah, pardon me?
All high school students take that class?
Yes, every student's required to take economics, and it's part of the economics class. So all high school seniors graduate. They actually have EverFi certificates, and they go through a process with their economics teacher.
Great, thank
Yeah.
you. That's all of my random
Just
questions.
a plug to Newton Federal, just to say thank you for continuing to help us finance that. It's great, a great addition.
Great.
If there are nothing else, a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Mr. Johnson, second. Mr. Anderson, Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we will see y'all next week. Yes.
Same time, same place.
Yes, thank you.